Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field in beautiful Corvallis, Oregon, as we continue play from the Mickey Rally Star Spangled Tournament. We bring you today the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's taking on the Walla Bears, day 3 of tournament action here in Corvallis. Both these teams come in at 1-1 in the tournament, and they are looking to try and get into the third place game coming up tomorrow in tournament action. Good afternoon, everybody. Joey Keyran here with you once again to bring you Doc Stewart's baseball here on 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts are coming off of an extra inning game last night, losing in the 8th inning against the host team, the Corvallis Skirting Builders Markham, 7-6, the final score there, to fall to 16-10 on the season. The Docs 1-1 here in tournament play. They take on a Walla Bears team that comes in 29-3 on the season. They're 1-1 in tournament play as well, as they got they lost in their first game against Corvallis, but came back and were able to get a win yesterday 2-0 against the Portland Eastside Cutters, a team the Doc Stewarts beat 10-3 to begin tournament play here in Corvallis. These two teams looking forward to providing us an entertaining game this afternoon and see where we finish out for tomorrow's action between the Docs and a to-be-determined team from the other side of the bracket. So the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's getting ready to go here today as we welcome you into the Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. As always here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. He had some strong words that he used about the loss last night, was not happy with the way things went for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. They got up and had an early morning practice today up at Western Oregon University. We'll talk to him about today's practice, whether or not he's still feeling the same way about things that he did yesterday after a night of sleep. So we'll have that for you as we bring you our pregame coaches interview coming up when we return here in the Supercuts pregame show. Want to remind everybody that today's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com. You can watch the action there on an overcast day here in Corvallis. Little cool temperatures as we make our way into the early afternoon, but a nice day for some baseball for the Doc Stewarts. We'll talk more about this matchup when we come back. It's your Supercuts pregame show. Back after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back here with more of our Supercuts pregame show on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Roseburg Dr. Stewart's back to play here in the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament, and joining us in the pregame show is head coach Jeremiah Robbins. And Coach, yesterday a tough one, losing in extra innings. You didn't mince words last night. You didn't feel very good about the loss that you guys took. And as you guys gear up for today, you've had a little bit of time to sleep on it and look back on it. You guys had a practice this morning, but when you look back at that game, how are you feeling about things for the Doc Stewarts yesterday?
Well, we just got to realize the expectations of the program, and expectations being good teammates and competing on a daily basis. And it's taken more time than we thought it would for that piece. The development of our players is coming along very nicely. They're learning how to hit, throw, and do all that better. But the piece that is the championship piece is who we are as human beings, and just being better at that and competing no matter what the situation is. No matter if we make an error, we get back up and we're ready to play the game. So that's the big piece, and that'll always be your biggest battle on any team that you coach. And we thought we were a little bit further along than what we were, so we had some high expectations for that game last night. And when you give a game away like that, you don't feel good about it, and you shouldn't. The players shouldn't feel good about it as well. It's not just me. The players don't feel very good about it either. I know at room checks last night we had some good conversations as we were going room to room, and they didn't like it. So that's good. We had a great workout this morning. We went up to Western Oregon. Saw my former assistant up there, head coach now at Western Oregon, Kellen Walker, and it was good. We had a good workout. They were moving around the right way, and hopefully we'll see the right team today.
That coaching piece of it, not the game of baseball itself, but the coaching of these young men to be good teammates, to be good guys. How do you learn it? How do you get to that point as a coach of knowing how to guide these guys and what to teach them and what to tell them at these kind of moments?
Well, you got to understand your why as a head coach, and for me, it took me a few years, but it's not about the wins and losses. I didn't used to be that coach. It used to be all about wins and losses, and I lived and died by the wins and the losses, and it just is the wrong path to take. As soon as I quit worrying about all that garbage and started focus on relationships and who they are as human beings and who I am as a human being and being a good role model, man, we started to win more games. And that piece I really don't care about, but we got to prepare these kids for bigger things in baseball. Going on to the next level of college and being a good academic student, being a good human being on these campuses, and that's our focus here, and that's the focus of this program, is creating good men. And we're not gonna shortchange them on that piece. We're gonna win some games, we're gonna lose some games, but we're always gonna do it right. And when we're not doing it right, we're not gonna feel good about it.
This morning you mentioned getting a chance to go up there to Western. Did it seem like you saw guys coming out with a good attitude as they get back into it? I know it's kind of a quick turnaround from the late one to an early practice to an earlier game here today. How do guys seem to be wearing things here in the middle of a long stretch of the season?
I think they're doing fine. Obviously, the tournament, in hotels and the schedule always kind of screws up everything. But other than that, yeah, they're focused. They should be ready to go.
Today you guys take on a Walla team. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see them at all here in the tournament and have any idea what you're going to be seeing here today?
I haven't. I know one of the players on the team, and he should be going into his junior year of college. So it's a college prep team. They should be good. It's perfect for what we need right now. We need teams that want to compete against us to see if we can match that compete. So they're a good club. We got our work cut out for us, just like our whole schedule this season.
All right, we look forward to it today. Doc Stewart's taking on the Walla Bears in Day 3 of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. That's head coach Jeremiah Robbins. We'll have more of your Supercuts pregame show when we come back after this on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490. This
season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
The batting order for Dr. Stewart of Roseburg.
Welcome you back here to Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field as the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready to take on the Walla Bears from Washington. Docs coming in with their 16-10 record. They are 6-6 in Area 4 play, but won't get back into Area 4 play until Monday when they will be hosting the Willamette Valley Titans. In today's matchup, Docs taking on the Walla Bears, who come in with a pretty strong record on their total at 29-3 for the team from Washington. It's time now here as we wrap up our Supercuts pregame show to get you our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Cooper's Pest Control in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Cooper's Pest Control is your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Leading things off for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, the designated visiting team here today will be Caden Johnson, the shortstop, followed by Spencer Six, the DH. Batting third and playing in right field, Doran Gillespie. At first base, batting cleanup is Jonathan Stone. In center field, Jet Black will hit in the 5 spot. Batting sixth, playing in left field, Casey Pettibone. At third base, batting seventh is Jay Stoffel. Hitting eighth and playing at second base is Luke Van Norman. And the catcher will be Sam Guastafaro, rounding out the starting 9 for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Garrett Zymet. That is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. They'll face off against Kobe Morris, a right-hander on the mound for this Walla team. Walla comes in with the 1-1 record in tournament play so far. A loss to Corvallis in their opening game and a win against the Eastside Cutters. So far, that has been the same for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as well. On the mound, Kobe Morris, graduating class of 2018, which is a heavy portion of this Walla squad, a college prep team here. Morris from College Place High School and Walla Community College. You've got quite a few guys from the Walla CC there in Washington. So the righty on the mound. He looks to be a side armor. Going down quite low as he fires in. So the Doc Stewarts will be seeing things from a different angle as they get ready to go here today. In that out there on the mound for Walla. Kobe Morris, looking at it, there he is, 14 2/3 innings. He's got an 0-0 record. This is his third start on the season, a 3.34 ERA, 19 strikeouts and 8 walks in those 14 2/3 innings for Kobe Morris. Ready to go here in the top of the first. The winner of this game will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the third place game. The loser, at least as it stands, would play in the 1 o'clock game, although there may be some movement with that. As in the 1 o'clock game, the Wally Chiefs from British Columbia, they have the longest trip home, and they're scheduled to play at 1, and they are trying to get it to switch to 10 a.m., it sounded like. So Docs might play a little earlier tomorrow. Did they switch it up? So it sounds like that might be the case. So a loss might be a 10 o'clock game tomorrow morning for the Docs, and a win would be the 4 o'clock game, it sounds like. We'll keep you posted on all of that as the game goes on here today. First pitch into Caden Johnson is in for strike 1 from Kobe Morris, and we are underway. Taking low and outside. Evens things up here for Caden Johnson, Doc Stewart's leadoff man. They 1-1 inside to him for a 2-1 count this season. Johnson batting .379 on the year in that leadoff spot. The 2-1 pitch off the handle out to right field. It's going to carry far enough for Caden McCaw out there to make that catch to retire the first batter for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the first. So we are one batter into this ball game, one away and nobody on base. Spencer Six will bat next. Taking a look around the diamond here for the Walla Bears. Behind the plate, Heston Richmond catching. Elliott Marks out at first. Matt McKenzie at second. Kyron Morris at short. And Josh Bergevin is at third. As the first pitch, strike one to the lefty, Spencer Six. In the outfield, Kyler Tyner in left. Taylor Hamada in center. And Caden McCaw in right. After a first pitch strike, missing on the second pitch for Morris. He's got a 1-1 count. He'll get Spencer to hit a chopper to second. Charging in, McKenzie will make the play to first to retire the second batter. Quickly 2 away for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the first inning.
The third batter in the order for Doc Stewarts. Right
2 down, and Tourn Gillespie will bat for the Doc Stewarts. We want to thank everybody for tuning in there for our Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. First pitch swinging for Gillespie, fouls it away. An 0-1 count now to start out for Doran. 3-hitter at the plate with nobody on. .297 average for Gillespie this season. Playing in his 27th game for the Doc Stewarts. Trying to get something started here against the pitcher, and he will get beamed. Kobe Morris coming a bit inside. We'll put a man on. It's a different arm angle, something new for the Doc Stewarts to see this season. I don't think they've seen a side armor all year. So obviously it's a different arm angle, changes things up. You got to track the ball a little bit differently, and we'll see if the Docs are able to handle that here this afternoon. Morris puts one man on with the hit by pitch. Jonathan Stone will bat. Cleanup hitter at the plate for the Doc Stewarts. Takes the first pitch for strike one. And Morris has been doing a nice job of getting ahead of batters so far here in the first inning. Jonathan Stone hitting .346 for the Docs out of the cleanup position. Takes a strike on the high outside corner for an 0-2 count. Top of the first inning, 1 on, 2 down for the Docs against the Walla Bears. In their maroon tops, gray trousers, the black caps with the maroon bills. Got the numbers on the front and the back in white in those button-up maroon tops. Runner going. It's a swing and a miss for Stone. Doran Gillespie. His attempt to try and take second will not pan out. Doc Stewart's unable to get anything going in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning with the Bears coming up to bat when we return on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the first inning, taking a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the designated home team, the Walla Bears. Leading things off in center field is Taylor Hamada. Kyron Morris will play at shortstop, batting second, followed by Kobe Morris, the pitcher, hitting third. In the cleanup position is first baseman Elliott Marks. Matt McKenzie will hit in the 5 spot, playing at second base. The third baseman, Josh Bergevin, will bat sixth. followed by Heston Richmond, the catcher. In the 8th spot is Caden McCaw, the right fielder, and rounding out the starting 9 for head coach Alex Bierman is Kyler Tyner for the Walla Walla Bears. On the mound will be Garrett Zimet for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Zimet this season comes in making his 3rd start of the year as he misses low and outside for ball 1 to get things started. 3rd start of the year. He's pitched in 15 and a third innings. He's got a 7.76 ERA, 16 strikeouts to 20 walks. He misses outside to go quickly to a 2-0 count here against leadoff man Taylor Hamada. The 2-0 gets it across for a strike. Hamada, the center fielder from Walla Walla High School, flares one right side, going opposite field to Tourn Gillespie and right. A leadoff single for the Bears. Hamada finds his way on. One on the first base hit of the ball game. Kieran Morris, the shortstop, will bat with 1 on and nobody out. Left-handed hitter stepping in to bat. We'll look around the diamond here in the first inning for the Doc Stewarts defensively. Zimet's first pitch is high and away for ball 1. Doc Stewart's wearing their blue tops yet again. 3rd straight game they'll wear that uniform combination. Blue tops, the white trouser, blue stirrup socks. Off speed is outside for a 2-0 count. Roseburg across the chest in orange, outlined in white. Numbers on the front and the back as well. The blue caps with the orange R on the front. Just outside for a 3-0 count now for Zimet against the lefty, Kieran Morris. Zimet will try to find a strike here on the 3-0 pitch, and he will. Taking all the way was Morris. He'll have a 3-1 count with nobody out and a man on at first. Doc Stewart's trying to go to 2-1 in the tournament's section here, early of their 3rd game of the year of the tournament. The ground ball gets past at first base. Gillespie will have it. He sends it back in. Up to 3rd base goes Taylor Hamada from 1st to 3rd. He advances on the single by Kieran Morris. Ground ball, just a low burner into right field. Back-to-back singles for the Bears. And they find themselves with a man in scoring position here and nobody out so far. Kobe Morris will bat. Right-handed hitter. He is the starting pitcher, trying to help himself out here with men on the corners. Breaking ball for Zimet. Stays upstairs for a 1-0 count. Behind the plate, catching today for the Doc Stewarts, Sam Guastafaro, giving Spencer Six a day off from back behind the plate. That's a line drive into right field. 3 straight balls out to Tourn Gillespie and right, and a run will score on the single by Morris. Kobe Morris driving in the first run of the game. Scoring was Taylor Hamada. Kieran Morris will go up to second. Kobe Morris on at first, and it's Elliot Marks to bat. So runners at first and second. You've got Morris and Morris on base. Marks coming up to bat. 1-0 Bears in front. Still nobody out. First pitch for Zimet against Elliot Marks is low for ball 1. Elliot Marks, the first baseman. Marks from Assateague High School and Walla Walla Community College. Fouls off a pitch for a 1-1 count. Marks comes into the matchup batting .346 for the Bears. Hitting in the cleanup position. Runners at first and second, still nobody out for the Docs. He squares to bunt. He'll put it down first base side. The sacrifice bunt will move both runners into scoring position. Kyron Morris up to 3rd, Kobe Morris to 2nd. Sack bunt will be the first out. As Garrett Zimet fields and throws to Jonathan Stone at first. Retires 1. Matt McKenzie will bat with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 down. The second baseman, McKenzie, will take the first pitch for strike one. Zimet working ahead in this at-bat. He has fallen behind against everybody else so far. Is 0-1, chopped foul down the third base side for strike two. Already the Docs have somebody thrown in the bullpen. That's Drake Bourgeois out there. No balls, 2 strikes here for McKenzie. Strike 3 called. Zimet works his way back in. Getting a punch out there, his first of the game. And that reminds us, folks, don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust Moore Well Drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give him a call at 541-459-4039. 2 down on the strikeout, and Josh Bergevin, the third baseman, will bat. He takes outside for ball 1. Zimet trying to limit the damage here in the first. 3 straight singles to lead off the game. Now a ball hit into left field. That'll be another single. They're going to send the runner from second around to the plate. The throw will not come in time. Cut off by third baseman Jay Stoffel. Bergevin gets a RBI single to left field. 2-run score, and the Docs are down 3-0.
In the 7th spot for Walla, number 22.
1 at first, 2 out. Heston Richmond, the 7th hitter, will stand in. So 2 down, leading in the ball game. The Bears on top 3-0. A breaking ball from Zimet misses outside. Pitch high, 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch, low and outside for Zimet. And his struggles of finding the strike zone come back here against the 7-hitter. Zimet trying to stay in this at-bat. He'll get a strike across. Around the rest of the diamond for the Docs here in the first inning, Jonathan Stone at first, Luke Van Norman at second, Caden Johnson at short, and Jay Stoffel at third. In the outfield from left to right, Casey Pettibone, Jet Black, and Doran Gillespie. 3-1 pitch outside. And it's a 2 runners on now with 2 down for Zimet, and that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for pitching coach Bo Kearns. Out there to have a conversation with Zimet and Guastafaro. Heston Richmond draws that walk. Josh Bergevin goes to second after his RBI single. And Caden McCaw, the right fielder, will come up to bat. 8th hitter to the plate for the Bears here in the first. Docs trying to bounce back after a tough loss last night, losing in 8 innings against Corvallis. Game in which they committed 4 errors. They've given up 4 hits so far here in the first. I would probably put it down as an error in left field for Casey Pettibone that helped allow Kobe Morris to come in to score after he misplayed that ball hit at him. High pitch for ball 1 to Caden McCaw. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Docs needing just 1 more here in the first. That ball lifted to left field. Pettibone will make the catch as he runs towards the line and left to get the final out. Well, the Bears will send 8 hitters to the plate. They score 3 and take the early lead on top of your Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. We'll head to the top of the second in this 7-inning ball game. Docs trailing by 3 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Top of the second inning, Docs down 3-0. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Well, Docs giving up 3 there in the first. We'll try to get some offense going here as Jet Black, Casey Pettibone, and Jay Stoffel. 3 hitters due up against the right-handed side armor, Kobe Morris. First pitch, high and inside. Jet backing out of the way on that pitch for a 1-0 count. Jet Black, the 1-0 carries outside for a 2-0 count. Hitting .380 this season for the Docs. Jet yesterday was 1 for 3 at the plate as he takes high. 3-0 count now for him. Strike crossed on the 3-0 pitch. Morris's 3-1 delivery. High for ball 4. That'll be his first walk of the game. He also has a hit batter. Jet Black leads things off here in the second.
Next to the plate, left fielder number 17, Casey Pettibone.
Docs will have a base runner on. Just the second time in the ballgame, Tourn Gillespie was hit by a pitch in the first and couldn't advance past there. 1 on, nobody out. Casey Pettibone will bat for the Doc Stewarts. Takes the first pitch low and outside. Pettibone batting .290, his 12th game played for the Doc Stewarts here. A 1-0 count for Morris. Pettibone sends it into center field. Going back is Taylor Hamada. He'll make the catch on the run. Back to first goes Jet Black. Pettibone getting some barrel on it there. Just hangs it up in the air. Straightaway center for the out. 1 away. Jay Stoffel will bat. Stoffel starting at third today for the Doc Stewarts. Started at first last night. Eventually moved to third. One out, 1 on. First pitch high and away from Morris for a 1-0 count. Luke Van Norman waiting on deck for the Doc Stewarts, the second baseman. Pickoff throw goes to first, and back in safely goes Jet Black. Gray day here in Corvallis. We had plenty of sunshine yesterday. It was a beautiful day at the ballpark. Temperature's not too warm. And plenty of sunshine to enjoy. Another pitch to first, and they say they got him. And Jet will go down with a pickoff. So 1-0 count for Jay Stoffel. Now the base is empty after the pickoff throw by Morris. Strike down the middle to strike 1 to Jay Stoffel. He'll take for a 2-1 count. Jace gets the bat on the ball. This one in the air down the right field line, drifting foul, and it will fall for strike 2. Jace back to the plate, a 2-2 count. Nobody on base as the Docs give up the base runner on the pickoff play. 66 degrees here in the second inning in Corvallis. Expecting to get to a high of 73 this afternoon. A long way to go to get to that. 2 away with nobody on base here. Top of the second, Doc's trailing 3-0. Kobe Morris, high leg kick. He fires outside, and the count goes full. Swing and a miss on the full count pitch. Strikeout for Kobe Morris, his second of the game. And the Doc Stewarts will go down. Didn't go down in order, but only 3 hitters to the plate. No runs, no hits. There were no Walla errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Still a 3-0 lead for Walla on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Left fielder, Tyler Steiner.
Bottom of the second inning brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Doc Stewart's looking to keep this game within reach as Garrett Zyman will face off against Kyler Tyner, the 9-hitter, who tries to lay down a drag bunt for a base hit, but he fouls it off for strike 1. Strike 2 taken on the outside corner for Tyner, the left fielder. Swing and a miss, and he'll go down on 3 straight pitches. Tyner is out number 1. He was batting .353 coming into that at-bat, but he got caught swinging after the breaking ball. 1 away. Second strikeout of the game for Zymet. And top of the order, it's Taylor Hamada that'll bat. One away with nobody on. Ground ball, chopped left side. Knocked down by Johnson. He will not be able to make a play to first. But Caden Johnson, a diving attempt there at short, keeps it on the infield. That'll be an infield single for Hamada. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. One out and one on. Kieran Morris will bat next. Morris had a single to right field his first time up. He swings and misses at the breaking ball for strike 1. Kieran Morris, the shortstop, the left-handed batter. Kobe Morris, the pitcher, the right-handed batter, waits on deck. Pickoff throw to first by Zymet, not in time to get Hamada. Hamada scoring the first run of the game for Walla. They would score 3 runs total in the first inning. All 3 of the top of the lineup coming in to score after reaching on singles. The 0-1 runner going. Guastaferro's throw to second. Got him. No, what? Tag applied by Johnson. The throw was there well in advance, but apparently sliding around the tag was Taylor Hamada. Boy, he looked dead to rights out there. Great slide into the bag. At the plate, a 1-1 count for Kyron Morris. Now Morris going to line one into left center on the run. Pettibone and Black. It'll be Jet that'll track it down. A run will score as Morris is in with a double. So a double for Morris, his second hit of the game. Top of the lineup continues to produce for Walla. They now lead 4-0. Kobe Morris will bat. He had the RBI single in the first. He fouls off the first pitch. A 0-1 count here for Kobe Morris. Takes at the right around the belly button inside, backing him as he leans away from the plate. A 1-1 count. Out at second base, Kyron Morris. Strike on the outside corner, thrown by Garrett Zyman. Zyman with a 1-2 count, looking for another punch out or an out. With one down, that ball in the air to center, coming in. Jet Black will make the catch. He'll throw back in quickly, but not in time to get Morris at second, who dives back in to tag up. Fly ball out to center field for the second out. And the Bears down to their final out here in the second, adding one run so far. Elliott Marks laid down a sac bunt in the first, comes to bat with a man in scoring position and 2 down. First pitch in the dirt, Guastafaro to his knees, blocking that pitch. A 1-0 count. Zyman trying to get through the second, not allow this lead to get any larger. Misses high. Marks laid down that sac bunt in the first inning. That eventually helped lead to a couple of runs coming in. Puts this ball in the air out to right field. Tourn Gillespie will make the catch for the final out. Walla adds one more run. They're on top now, 4-0. One run on 2 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors. One man left on base. We'll head to the top of the third inning. Doc's got to get the offense going against Kobe Morris when we come back after this on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Top of the third inning, Doc Stewart's baseball, and the score brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Give them a call at 672-6707. Luke Van Norman, Sam Guastafaro, and Caden Johnson due up here in the third inning against Kobe Marks, who currently is throwing a shutout here against the Docs. He gets the first pitch in, a strike against the left-handed hitting Luke Van Norman. Swing and a miss. Van Norman behind on the 0-1 pitch. Luke falling behind here in his first at-bat of the day. Van Norman will take outside. He comes in hitting .273 for the Docs in the limited action. 16th game played for him this season as the Docs are into game number 27 of the year. Ball fouled off to the on-deck circle. Hit sharply there. About 10 feet away from Sam Guastafaro waiting on deck. Count remains 1-2 here against Van Norman. Morris is 1-2. Van Norman fouls it off again as he battles his way through. Morris's 1-2 pitch. Standing on the rubber for a while there. The high leg kick, sidearm action. Fouled off into the net again by Van Norman. Stays a 1-2 count here against Luke. Fouls off another one. Van Norman been able to stay alive at the dish. A good hand-eye coordination. He's been able to make contact on a lot of pitches. Haven't been able to square one up and send it back up the middle. His 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the inside corner. He took, thinking he was going to get ball 2 there, and instead it's strike 3. 1 away. A good battle at the plate there for Van Norman. He just decided he didn't like that pitch and ends up taking it. An 0-1 count to start for Guastafaro. Guastafaro batting with 1 out, nobody on. The catcher puts it back up the middle, goes off the glove for Morris, and it's Kyron Morris that makes the stop behind second, but he can't get it out of the glove. Knocked it down. It rolls away from him. It'll be an infield single for Sam Guastafaro, and that'll break things up for the Doc Stewarts. Their first hit of the ball game. Went right past the mound. Kobe Morris got a glove on it just barely. Might have slowed it down enough for Kyron Morris to slide and make the stop behind second, but knocks off his glove and rolls away from him. I don't know how much of a chance he would have had to have gotten Guastafaro at first. So Docs get a man on for the first time with a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch inside to Caden Johnson. A 1-0 here coming up for Johnson. Back to the top of the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. It's called for a strike. Johnson flew out to right field in the first inning. Second time through the lineup here for the Dr. Stewarts. Kobe Morris, right-handed, fires in. It's a slow roller towards second. They go to first just to get that play, and it's just in time to get Johnson. Up to second base will go Guastafaro. That ball taking some time to get through the left side of the infield for Morris at short. And Kyron decides to not try and force the issue too much, takes the routine out at first base. And up to second, Guastafaro into scoring position. Spencer Six will try to see if they can keep the inning going and maybe drive in the first run of the game for the Doc Stewarts, trailing 4-0 here in the top of the third. Low and outside for ball 1. Spencer grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. Low bend to get the sign here for Morris. He comes set, the righty working out of the stretch. Couple of checks to second and time called before he can start his motion. Today's game here on The Score brought to you by Flyway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Arvin Avenue in Roseburg. And ask about Jane's Viking River Cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam coming up next April. A 1-1 count on the called strike on the outside corner to Spencer Six. 2 outs here in the top of the third for the Bears, trying to work another scoreless frame against the Doc Stewarts. The 1-1 from Kobe Morris. Back up the middle for Six. Playing it up the middle. Kyron Morris, his throw to first will get Spencer. Kyron Morris playing up the middle on that ball. Able to make the play on one that looked like it might have had a chance to get through for Spencer Six. That'll retire the side for the Doc Stewarts. No runs, 1 hit. There were no Bears errors and 1 man left on base for the Dr. Stewarts. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Docs trailing 4-0 here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Garrett Ziman out for his third inning of work. He'll face Matt McKenzie, the starting second baseman. McKenzie, the 5-hitter, 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout looking in the first. He'll bat here as the Walla Bears lead 4-0 against the Dr. Stewarts. Today's game brought to you by Chuck's Home and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Ziman's first pitch, a breaking ball. Sails high for a 1-0 count. He has not had control of that breaking ball, curveball there as much as he'd like here today, as a check swing is going to result in the foul ball there for McKenzie. 1-1 count. When Ziman has that breaking ball going, it can be deadly. As a line drive shot foul down the third base side for strike 2 now against McKenzie. It's definitely a 12-6 breaking ball. A lot of movement on it for Ziman, but from time to time he will not get the rotation he wants. He tries to use it there, and that ball fouled off again on the hands. And McKenzie will shake out his left hand, the bottom hand on the swing there for him. That one hitting right off the end of the bat underneath the hands. He didn't even really get much of a check swing on it. It was more just he got his hands moving a little bit. That pitch riding in, and it just got lucky it hit the bat. This time he'll pull it towards left field. Foul ball. Deep in the corner down the left field side. 3:23 down that line. The Doc Stewart's dugout on the third base side, kind of shielding that view for us there to really see the line deep in that corner. So judging strictly off of the call from the umpire on that one. Looked like it was hook and foul, though. The 1-2 for Ziman. Just misses on the outside corner. Drake Bourgeois thrown in again in the bullpen again for the Doc Stewarts. The 2-2 fouled back by McKenzie, and the battle continues. Now the Doc Stewarts playing again tomorrow to wrap up the tournament, and then they turn around, and on Monday they'll be back at home for a league doubleheader. It's a breaking ball, grounded towards short, picked up by Johnson. Makes the throw to first. Stone there will scoop it up right at his shoe tops. 6-3 the put out to retire the first batter. One away with nobody on base. Up next for the Bears will be Josh Bergevin. The third baseman had an RBI single back in the first. First pitch swinging, ground ball chopper towards Johnson. Fields it up near his waist, and he will throw across for out number 2. Retiring the second batter fairly quickly there. One pitch for the out for Ziman. He could benefit from a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. Heston Richmond, the catcher, will bat. He walked in the first inning. Stands in with nobody on and 2 away. First pitch catches the top end of the strike zone. Richmond with an 0-1 count. Low and outside, a 1-1 count now for him. Trying to do the math in my head. Docs were in a stretch of the season where they were playing 13 games in 10 days. It was a 1-1 breaking ball. That one had plenty of movement on it. Strike 2. Called there against Richmond. Game 7 of those 13 games in 10 days is a bounding ball to second base. Will result in a 4-3 put out for Luke Van Norman. Doc Stewarts get 3 straight ground ball outs from the Walla Bears, and they will have a scoreless frame up on the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Looking to try and get some positive momentum going as we head to the top of the fourth with the offense needing to get some spark out there. Come back with more Doc Stewart's baseball for you here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
In the top of the 4th inning, for Dr. Stewart of Roseburg, right fielder, Tourn.
Tourn Gillespie will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts as we go to the 4th inning. Doc's Baseball today brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Kobe Morris on the mound into his 4th inning of work. Gets a strike on the outside corner to Gillespie, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. The 0-1, Gillespie underneath it. High in the air, shallow right field. This one, 3 players coming together to get it. It'll be the second baseman, Matt McKenzie, that makes the catch near that right field foul line. You have the right fielder, Caden McCaw. The first baseman, Elliott Marks, also in the vicinity of that ball. But the second baseman had a pretty good look at making that catch. Takes it. 1 down, and Jonathan Stone will bat after a strikeout in the first inning. Looking for his first hit of the game. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Stone got jammed. That ball off the handle popped up, and it's going to get into the net for strike 2. Didn't quite have enough to get over the net and into the stands, but it got into the net high up on the netting there and made it unplayable for the catcher, Heston Richmond, back behind home on the first base side. 2 down. 2-0-2 with 1 away. Stone fouls it off. It'll stay an 0-2 count here against the Doc Stewart's cleanup hitter. Jet Black waiting on deck. Third hitter due up against Kobe Morris, who's throwing a shutout no-hitter. Now Stone gets underneath one, high in the air out towards left field, making the run to try and get to that ball. And it's not going to be caught. Kyler Tyner out there in left, chasing that one all the way to the fence. It ricocheted back into play, but a foul ball, long one there for Jonathan Stone. Hit that one well into the air, down that left field side, but way into foul territory. The 0-2 pitch again for Stone. Gets underneath another one. That ball high into the gray, cloudy sky and into center field for Taylor Hamada. There's out number 2 for the Doc Stewarts. A couple of fly ball outs. Jet Black will bat next for the Docs. Jet drawing a walk to lead things off in the second inning, but he was picked off at first base. Takes the first pitch just below the strike zone. A 1-0 count to lead off his second at bat of the ball game. Ball fouled off. That one headed back towards the street. You got bicyclists, cars driving by. Look out. 1-1 on the foul ball. Kobe Morris trying to wrap it up with a 1-2-3 inning, I should say. Misses low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Garrett Zimet did a nice job there in the bottom of the third to go 1-2-3 against the Bears, but they're trying to return the favor. Missing high for Kobe Morris. He's got a 3-1 count against Jet Black, and Jet looking for something he can try and drive here. He'll take for ball 4, drawing his second walk of the ball game. Now I would have to imagine he'll be extra cautious over there at first after getting picked off the first time on base. So Jet gets on for a second time. Doc's still down 4-0 here in this third game of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament in Corvallis. Doc's trying to go to 2-1 in the tournament, but so are the Bears. Pitch inside to Casey Pettibone, a 1-0 count. Pettibone flew out to center field in the second inning. Here in the top of the fourth, his 1-0 pitch, taken on the outside corner for a strike. Corvallis leading things in the blue group at 2-0 after their win against the Docs last night. Docs and Walla 1-1, and then the East Side Cutters at 0-2 at the bottom. Swing and a miss for Pettibone, gives him a 1-2 count. So the Cutters have locked themselves into the first game tomorrow. Well, it's not going to be the first game tomorrow, actually. 1-2 throw over to first, and back in safely goes Black this time. It'd be for the 7th place game tomorrow. The Cutters are in that one. They'll take on Newport. The Docs fall here today. They'll play for 5th place against the Wally Chiefs, which sounds like it'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. Foul ball for Pettibone. Stays at a 1-2 count. Casey back in there, trying to keep this inning alive with 2 down, a 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch out in front of it, but he gets just a piece of it to stay alive. Fouls that one back behind home. So far, just 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Kobe Morris on the mound. His 1-2 delivery. Pettibone lifts it in the air to left field on the run in. Kyler Tyner will make the catch on the run to finish things off. Doc Stewart's 3 fly ball outs here in the 4th. 1 walk mixed in there. They can't take advantage. No runs, no hits, no errors. The 1 man left on base. To the bottom of the 4th, Doc's trailing 4-0 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The Doc Stewarts will make a call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website at webuildhouses.com. The new man on the mound for the Dr. Stewarts will be Drake Bourgeois. He takes over for Garrett Zimet. 3 innings worked, 6 hits, 4 runs allowed, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts for Zimet in the ball game. He will exit on the hook for the loss at the moment as the Docs trail 4-0. Bourgeois will face Caden McCaw with his first batter, and it is low for ball 1. Caden McCaw 0 for 1 in the game. Takes low again for a 2-0 count. Drake Bourgeois, he is coming off of back-to-back really strong pitching performances. Had a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Willamette Valley Titans in his last start. His 2-0 pitch is low for a 3-0 count. He's looking to get his bullpen session in live action here. Bourgeois comes in 31 and 2/3 innings worked. He's got a 2.87 ERA. His 3-0 pitch, though, here to Caden McCaw does get the inside corner for strike one. The 3-1 pitch now to McCaw bounces in for Bourgeois, and it's a walk to start off his time on the mound. Just the second walk of the game for the Docs pitching staff. One on and nobody out for Kyler Tyner. Tyner had a strikeout in the second on 3 straight pitches from Garrett Zimet. He'll face Bourgeois for the first time. Wind continues to blow just a bit here in Corvallis today. A bit of a breezy day, cool and overcast. Scoring to bunt, Tyner will take strike one. Out at first base, the right fielder Caden McCaw takes his lead. The 0-1 pitch for Bourgeois, scoring to bunt again, and that one fouled back for strike two. Tyner will find himself quickly in an 0-2 hole. Bourgeois will try to record a second straight strikeout of Kyler Tyner. The signal in from Guastafaro from behind the plate. Bourgeois checking first before he comes set. The 0-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3 runs in the first for the Walla Walla Bears to put them in front early. They added another in the second. They currently lead 4-0. Breaking ball for Bourgeois, grounded towards second. Van Norman, underhand flip to Johnson. The throw to first, not in time. They get the lead runner, McCaw, at second on the 4-6 putout. Tyner will get on base with a fielder's choice. One away, one on. Top of the lineup coming back up for the Bears for a third time. Taylor Hamada will bat. He has got 2 singles to his credit so far. He's scored twice. Hitting here with a man on first and 1 away. Bourgeois, the new man on the mound, so he'll be facing everybody for the first time here in the 4th inning. Breaking ball. That bounces away from Guastafaro up to second base. Will go Tyner on the wild pitch. Bourgeois, breaking ball got away from him there. His 1-0 delivery now to Hamada. Tall right-handed. Takes for strike one. Taylor Hamada, they do not have heights and weight listed on the roster. I was kind of curious to see how tall he was. He looks like a big guy. Takes a cut and fouls that one back over the netting and out of play for 1-2 count. One strike away here for Bourgeois, trying to get the second out of the 4th inning. With a man out at second base in scoring position. The 1-2 reached for it. Hamada will poke it towards second. Van Norman throws to first. Up to third base goes Kyler Tyner. A man 90 feet from home now with 2 down for the Bears. And Kyron Morris will dig in. He is 2 for 2. Last time up had an RBI double. Bourgeois will try to get him for the first time. He was able to get Taylor Hamada to record his first putout. So see if he can do it against Kyron Morris. He will not. That ball is going to be laced into right center. Jet Black will come to get it. A run will score with 2 outs. Third hit of the game for Kyron Morris. He picks up another RBI. 5-0 now. The Walla Walla Bears in front.
At the plate now, Kobe Morris, the pitcher.
Scoring Kyler Tyner. Kyron Morris at first. Kobe Morris coming up to bat. First pitch, he fouls away for strike one. Kobe Morris is 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI single back in the first. Came around to score there in the first inning as well. So far, Walla Walla has put a run up on the board in every inning except for the third. Doc's trailing 5-0 at the moment. Runner going, that ball is a foul ball just down the third base side. It kicked up some dust on the infield dirt just behind third. Home umpire making the call on the ball hit sharply down that third base line there for Kobe Morris. That one was about as close as could be. You got to judge quickly whether or not that ball kicked up dirt or kicked up chalk. The 0-2 pitch here for Bourgeois, trying to get a punch out. He'll get instead a fly ball high in the air to center field. Jet Black circling underneath it. He squeezes for the final out. Doc Stewart's will give up one more run, but leave a man stranded at first base. For Walla Walla in the bottom of the fourth, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Doc Stewart errors, and the 1 man left on base. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Doc's trailing 5-0 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Top of the 5th inning, Doc Stewart's down 5-0 against the Walla Walla Bears here today. Joey Kieran here with you. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. First pitch coming up for Jace Stoffel. A swing and a miss for strike 1 as Kobe Morris continues to work on the mound for the Walla Walla Bears. Morris so far 1 hit and no runs allowed. He'll miss low for a 1-1 count now against Stoffel. High and away for a 2-1 count now. Jace ahead in the at-bat. No runs on 1 hit. He's got 2 walks in the ball game and 3 strikeouts. A strike in against Stoffel. 2-2 count now for the Docs' 7-hitter. One of those strikeouts was against Jace Stoffel. Jace able to avoid it there. Fouls off a pitch to stay alive with a 2-2 count. Jace striking out back in the 2nd inning of this one. Two balls, 2 strikes for Kobe Morris. Out of his windup, the sidearm delivery outside for a 3-2 count. It seems like it's definitely been an adjustment for the Doc Stewarts against the action of Kobe Morris. As a ground ball, third base side, couple of hops to Josh Bergervin. And Bergervin makes the play across the diamond for the out, 1 away. He has not gotten much action there at third. That'll be the first ground ball hit his direction. So one down. The lefty Luke Van Norman will bat. He hits one that direction again. Bergevin, a diving stop. His throw from his knees, not in time. Infield single for Luke Van Norman. Bottom of the lineup producing for the Doc Stewart so far. The 8 and 9 hitters, the only guys with base hits. Van Norman, he would had a long at-bat against Morris in his first trip to the plate. A lot of foul balls. And a lot of pitches thrown there by Morris. Van Norman on the first pitch he sees in his second at-bat takes it right to third base. Great defensive play by Bergevin at third, but he couldn't make a strong enough throw from his knees. An 0-1 count now for Sam Guastafaro. Guastafaro with a single up the middle his first time up. Takes high for a 1-1 count. Doc Stewart so far have not had a base hit that has gotten out of the infield. Guastafaro's was knocked down by the shortstop behind second, but he couldn't quite just field it cleanly and might have not been able to make a throw to first even if he had. The 1-1 Guastafaro takes for a called strike. So Guastafaro's was knocked down, kept on the infield, and Van Norman's just now knocked down on the infield as well. Docs with just 2 hits in this contest so far. 7 on the other side for the Bears. The 1-2, Guastafaro will strike out swinging. So he goes down for the second out. 4th strikeout of the game for Kobe Morris. And back to the top of the order with 2 down, a man at first. Docs will turn to Caden Johnson, who is 0 for 2 in the contest. Johnson last time up, grounded out to shortstop. Luke Van Norman on at first. First pitch taken, strike 1 for Caden. Doc Stewart's baseball this afternoon here on The Score, brought to you by Carew's Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. The 0-1, line drive for Johnson back up the middle. And for the first time in the game, Docs will have a couple of base hits in a single inning. Trying to get some sort of positive momentum going here against the Walla Walla Bears late in this contest. Down 5-0 in the top of the 5th. 2 on and 2 out. As Spencer 6, his 3rd time through the lineup, will have a chance to hit. Spencer with a couple of ground ball outs so far. 1 to the second baseman. His last one was right back up the middle, just wasn't hard enough, and the shortstop able to cover some ground and get there in time. Behind second to get the final out in the 3rd inning. First pitch fouled away by Spencer. 0-1 count for the Doc Stewart's DH, hitting for the pitcher, Drake Bourgeois now. Originally hitting for Garrett Zymet. The 0-1 pitch from Morris. Hits the outside corner. Spencer will fall behind 0-2 in the at-bat. Out at second base, Luke Van Norman. First runner to second. Well, second runner to second base for the Doc Stewarts, I should say. The 0-2, Spencer fouls off the pitch to stay alive. Sam Guastafaro got to second back in the 3rd inning, but the Docs couldn't bring him around. Van Norman there again. Both times the Docs have had a runner at second. It has come with 2 outs. An 0-2 pitch for Spencer 6. Kobe Morris with the delivery. That pitch lands low. It was over the plate, a lot of movement on that pitch. But just below the knees for Spencer 6, and he's got the discipline to stay off of that one. He'll dig back in, left-handed batter's box with a 1-2 count against him. Kobe Morris out of the stretch with 2 runners on and 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Spencer fouling off as he pokes it into the net, keeping his at-bat going. Docs will finish out the tournament tomorrow, head back home, get to sleep in their own beds for the night. Then they take on the Eugene Challengers the Willamette Valley Titans on Monday and the Challengers on Tuesday. The 1-2 Spencer fouls that one down the left field side. Could be playable. No, a diving headfirst attempt by the left fielder Kyler Tyner into the dirt down that left field side, just back behind the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts. He almost made that play with that headfirst slide. Would have been the final out. He could not quite get there in time. So it remains a 1-2 count here for Spencer 6. Trying to be a tough out here for Kobe Morris. See if he can keep things going for the Docs here in the 5th. The 1-2 pitch again is low. The count will go to 2-2. Evans back up. At second base, Luke Van Norman. At first base, Caden Johnson. Docs down 5-0. Looking to just scrap together any sort of positive momentum they can get here in this 5th inning. The 2-2. Spencer hits a ground ball to first. Elliott Marks will take it himself, and that will finish things off for the Docs in the 5th inning. So Walla keeps the shutout intact. No runs for the Docs on 2 hits. There were no Walla errors. 2 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Docs trailing 5-0 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
First baseman Elliott Marks.
Drake Bourgeois' first pitch at the bottom of the 5th comes in to Elliott Marks, who fouls it away for strike 1. The Walla Bears currently leading the Doc Stewarts 5-0. A 0-1 pitch fouled away again by Marks, and he finds himself down 0-2. 5th inning of action. Doc Stewarts baseball brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart, where you can get ready for your season for less. Bourgeois' 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just misses. A ball and 2 strikes now for Elliott Marks, the cleanup hitter, who is 0 for 1, a sac bunt and a flyout. His 1-2 pitch. Just inside, and it's a 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes for Bourgeois. Fastball got him swinging. A punch out for Bourgeois. So Elliott Marks will go down. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game for Drake Bourgeois, his first strikeout of the game. And don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. First pitch, a strike from Bourgeois to Matt McKenzie. Bourgeois starting to find a groove, it feels, out there on the mound. A foul ball back for McKenzie, and he's got a 0-2 count quickly here as Bourgeois works ahead against the Bears. Warming up in the bullpen, Nathan Treadway for Walla, right-hander. The 0-2 pitch here from Bourgeois. Swing and a miss. He gets a second straight strikeout as McKenzie will go down on the breaking ball. Back-to-back Ks for Bourgeois. And Josh Bergevin will bat next. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a single back in the first. Bourgeois trying to make quick work of things here in the 5th. His first pitch, ground ball towards short. Caden Johnson with time, throws to first. A 1-2-3 frame for Drake Bourgeois. He did not throw many pitches in that one. We'll get through the bottom of the 5th inning quickly. We'll go to the 6th. Docs running out of chances, trailing 5-0, but maybe a little bit of positive momentum on a quick inning for Drake Bourgeois. Back after this on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Now the Walla Bears will make a call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Kobe Morris done on the mound. They will bring in the big righty Nathan Treadway from Walla Walla Valley Academy, class of 2019. Takes over on the mound for Kobe Morris. I believe they'll just make a straight switch on that one. Looking that way as of right now.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning now for Dr. Stewart, right fielder.
Yeah, I believe that'll be the case. First pitch to Casey Pettibone. He chops it third base side. Picked up. The throw to first is low. Was not in time. It gets away as well. Excuse me, I said Casey Pettibone. That was Doran Gillespie. Call it a hit. I thought he might have beat it out as well. So Gillespie gets on with a leadoff single, and maybe, just maybe, the Doc Stewarts are starting to come around here in this ball game. Hopefully not too little too late. They trail 5-0 as we start the 6th inning. So Kobe Morris done. The new man on the mound is Nathan Treadway. Gives up a single his first hitter. Now Jonathan Stone will bat. He puts that one high in the air. It's on the infield, and it'll be caught by Treadway. That one straight up off the bat. Barely made it back to the mound. Treadway just off the mound on the first base side to make that catch. Jet Black will bat. 2 pitches into his outing. Nathan Treadway has 1 down and 1 on. First pitch, a strike against Jet Black, who has walked twice in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch here for Jet. Chops it towards third. That one picked up by Bergevin. He throws to second for 1. The throw to first will not be in time. They'll get the lead runner. Gillespie forced out at second. And Jet Black will be on at first on the fielder's choice. 2 down. And Casey Pettibone will bat. First pitch here for Pettibone with Jet Black on at first. It's low and outside for ball 1. A 1-0 pitch for Pettibone from Treadway. Jet Black at first. Pettibone fouls it off for strike 1. So Doran Gillespie led off the inning with a single, but now forced out at second. Jonathan Stone had that pop up on the infield. Jet Black on at first after his ground ball to third that forced out Doran Gillespie at second. So the Docs started out the frame, a little bit of positive momentum, just their 4th hit of the ball game, but they've not been able to capitalize. A pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike for Pettibone. Well, they switched things up from Kobe Morris, who had that sidearm action with a high leg kick. Could be very distracting for a hitter. Morris goes 5 innings worked. Gave up 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He did hit 1 batter as well. High for ball 3 to Casey Pettibone. Three balls and a strike here for the Docs left fielder. Treadway, ground ball, gets by at third base. Bergevin diving for it, can't get to it. They're going to send Jet Black to third. That one went into foul territory in the corner. It'll be a double for Casey Pettibone. Doc's first extra base hit of the ball game. Right down the line there for Pettibone. Got around on that one quickly. Docs will have 2 runners in scoring position, down by 5. They'll need a rally here. Jay Stoffel will try to provide it. Jay Stoffel 0 for 2 in the game. Last time up, grounded out to third. He'll face the new pitcher for the first time. Nathan Treadway's now given up 2 hits here in the 6th inning. Docs have almost doubled their number of hits in 1 inning alone. Treadway's first pitch to Stoffel is in for a called strike. Jace watching that one, trying to time it up. Batting with 2 down and 2 on, both in scoring position. Best scoring chance for the Docs so far today. Treadway's 0-1 delivery. Stoffel line drive shot. It gets by the shortstop. 1 run will come in. They're sending Pettibone to the plate. The throw will not be on target. Advancing to second on the throw will go Stoffel. His single drives in 2. And he gets to second on the throw. Docs back in the ballgame, trailing 5-2. Jet Black scored. Casey Pettibone comes around to score. And the Docs find themselves back in this ballgame. But still trying to battle from behind with only 4 outs left to work with. Luke Van Norman will bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game. First pitch swinging, Van Norman fouls it away. A 1 count for Van Norman. He had the single down the left field side his last time up. An arm thrown in the bullpen for Walla now. The 0-1. Van Norman swings through a breaking ball for strike 2. Van Norman with a strikeout and a single today. Treadway 1 strike away from getting through the 6th inning. He's given up 2 runs to break the shutout. His 0-2 pitch, high and away to Van Norman. He'll take for ball 1. So the Docs will avoid the shutout. They've only been shut out once this season. That was against the Willamette Valley Titans back on June 2nd. Less than a week ago. The 1-2 for Van Norman. Treadway takes his time. His breaking ball misses outside, and it's a 2-2 count. Van Norman trying to continue to provide the spark for the Docs here. Out at second base, Jay Stoffel, after his 2-out single up the middle, drives in 2. Van Norman will take high for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Stoffel at second, Van Norman at the plate. Stoffel will be waiting for contact to start moving here. The 3-2 pitch from Treadway. Van Norman fouls it off. He'll stay alive. Nathan Treadway up to 17 pitches here in this 6th inning. Waiting on deck is Sam Guastafaro. The catcher is 1 for 2. Bottom half of the lineup is providing most of the hits for the Docs today. Van Norman, though, will not be able to connect on that one. Swings through for strike 3. That will finish things for the Docs here in the top of the 6th inning, but they do get a couple of runs across the board and are now back into this game, trailing 5-2 against the Walla Bears. We'll try to keep it a 3-run deficit as Drake Bourgeois back on the mound. We go to the bottom of the 6th. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Seven, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Walla Bears here as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Doc's trailing a 5-2. Drake Bourgeois on the mound at a 1-2-3 frame in the 5th. Gets a foul ball from Heston Richmond to start things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Today's game brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. The 0-1 count here for Richmond, who is 0 for 1 in the game. Takes a strike 2. Richmond walked in the first inning against Garrett Zimet, grounded out to second in the 3rd. First appearance against Drake Bourgeois here. 0-2 pitch for Drake. Off speed, ground ball towards short. Picked up by Johnson. Throws it to first, just ahead of Richmond. One away, Caden McCaw will bat for Drake Bourgeois. He's now retired 5 straight batters. One out, nobody on. McCaw, first pitch. Fastball low for ball 1. So if the score holds, sounds like Docs play at 10 o'clock tomorrow in the 5th place game. Pitch low for a 2-0 count as they move around the schedule a little bit to accommodate the Wally Chiefs, the team from British Columbia, trying to get their way home as timely as possible. 2-0 chopper goes third base side. It'll be taken by Stoffel. He makes the throw to first for out number 2. High chopper off the dry dirt here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. That big high bounce, Stoffel able to field quickly enough and throw to first to get the out. 2 down, and the 9-hitter Kyler Tyner will dig in. He is 0 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 4th. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Bourgeois, the 1-0 pitch is high for a 2-0 count. Tyner striking out back in the 2nd against Garrett Zimet. Doc's pitching staff with 4 strikeouts in the game against the Bears. 2-0 for Bourgeois. Hits the inside corner down at the knees. The 2-1 pitch for Bourgeois. Ground ball comebacker, fields it on the 1 hop. He's going to underhand it to first just in time to get Kyler Tyner. Bourgeois off the mound, fielding his position very well on that comebacker. Makes the play at the bag. So that now is 7 straight batters retired for Drake Bourgeois. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Docs are staying within 3. They need them As they go to the 7th inning, down 5-2 with 3 outs remaining. They'll face a new man on the mound when we come back after this on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Oh, the Doc Stewarts will have to face a new pitcher on the mound in the 7th inning, trying to get 3 runs at least to tie this one up, 4 to take a lead in the late stages. As the Docs trail 5-2. Nathan Treadway pitches just 1 inning in relief, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, Bulls earned, no walks and 1 strikeout. He gives way in the 7th to Xander Norris, who will take over after this call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. Xander Norris is a big right-hander, and he goes to the sidearm motion as well, and he misses inside on the first pitch for ball 1 to Sam Guastafaro. Guastafaro 1 for 2 in the ball game, struck out his last time up. Swings and misses for strike 1. The pitchers just keep getting bigger and bigger in size for Walla Walla as they've made their way through this game. The 1-1, Norris, a foul ball. Well, I think that was a swing and a miss, actually, for Guastafaro, and just popped out of the glove for Heston Richmond behind the plate. A 1-2 count. Guastafaro takes on the off speed. They're going to appeal down to first, and he did not go around with his check swing. Guastafaro trying to start it out here. Docs trying to fight their way back. They get back within 3 with 2 runs there in the 6th, but need 3 more to go. The home umpire is going to say that Guastafaro went around on his check swing this time, and the ball was in the dirt up behind the plate. Richmond will throw him out at first. 1 away on the strikeout there for Xander Norris, the big righty. He's a sidearmer once again. So they had Kobe Morris that led off the game on the mound. He was a sidearmer. Now Xander Norris, another guy that drops down at a lower angle. Caden Johnson's going to fly one to center field, playing in. Taylor Hamada was in the perfect position. He runs in to make that catch. Looked like the Docs might have had a hit there, but taken away. Line drive out by Caden Johnson. Now there's 2 down. Docs will send Spencer 6. No, it's going to be Jacob Luther that's going to come up for a pinch hit appearance.
Pinch hitter, number 12, Jacob Luther.
So Luther will get a shot to try and keep the game going for the Docs. He'll take the first pitch outside. It goes all the way to the backstop. Spencer 6 comes out of the game 0 for 3 on his day. That pitch inside to Luther. He backs out of the way for a 2-0 count. A 2-0 delivery coming up here for Xander Norris. Gets the strike on the outside corner. Luther down ahead still. 2 balls, 1 strike. Down to their final out here in this game for the Docs. Luther takes another strike on the outside corner, and things are evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the wind picks up again here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. The 2-2 from Norris. Swing and a miss, and there it is. That'll be the ball game. Doc Stewarts are going to fall here today. Just the second time all season, Doc Stewarts will lose in back-to-back games. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Xander Norris in the top of the 7th as he comes out and gets a save for the Walla Walla Bears. Game is complete. Docs fall 5-2. We'll have it all for you when we come back with your Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Oh, we welcome you back here to Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field as we bring you into our Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to them for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Doc Stewart's fall today against the Walla Walla Bears. 5-2 your final scores. The Doc's offense could not quite keep up with the Bears in this one. They take an early lead and hang on to it all the way. Taking a look at the numbers. For the Doc Stewarts, 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error in the game. For the Walla Walla Bears, 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And they get the victory. Kobe Morris will take it, the starter for the Bears. He improves to 1-0 on the season. Garrett Zimet goes to 0-2 on the year, taking the loss for the Docs. And Xander Norris comes out and gets a win in this one, picking up his first, gets a save in this one, his first of the season. Doc Stewarts are going to fall to 16-11 on the season, 21-9-3 now on the year for the Walla Walla Bears. Let's take a look at your game recap brought to you by the News Review Sports section. For more on today's game, pick up a copy of the News Review print edition coming up tomorrow. 3 runs in the bottom of the first for Walla Walla. That would be enough to get the win. They add another in the second off of Garrett Zimet. He would exit the game after 3 innings of work, giving up the 3 runs, make it 4 runs for Garrett Zimet, as he would give up a run in the 4th inning as well. Actually, that's not true. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. There's the 4 runs that I'm looking for. I don't know why that was escaping me. In the 4th inning, Walla Walla adds their 5th run of the game. That was off of Drake Bourgeois. But Bourgeois settles in for the last 2 innings. He was able to get 1, 2, 3 frames in the 5th and the 6th to try and keep the Docs close, as the Docs would put 2 runs across in the top of the 6th against reliever Nathan Treadway. Docs scoring 2 runs on him in the 6th inning, but they face Xander Norris in the 7th, and Norris picks up the save, getting a 1-2-3 inning. He came into the game with a 6-1 record on the year, and he has been lights out in this season, it looks like, for the Walla Bears, and he was lights out against the Docs in the 7th here today. So the Doc Stewarts fall 5-2, the final score here. We'll take a look at more of the numbers from this one when we come back as we continue on with your Roseburg Disposal postgame show. We'll also name your Joe's Towing Player of the Game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Come back after this. Docs fall 5-2. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here with our Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Doc Stewart's falling 5-2 against the Walla Bears here this afternoon. We are hoping to maybe confirm exactly the game time for tomorrow's game. We believe it has been moved to a 10 o'clock game as the Docs will play for 5th place here in the Mickey Rally Star Spangled Tournament. They will face the Wally Chiefs from British Columbia tomorrow, and they were asking to try and move their game to the 10 o'clock game so they could get out of town early since they've got the longest drive home here from Corvallis. So on the schedule is a 1 o'clock game tomorrow, but they may move it to 10 o'clock to get the early one underway. So the Doc Stewarts might be on the air early tomorrow. We will have word on that for you here, hopefully, in the post-game show. Let's take a look at numbers for you here today for the Doc Stewarts. 6 hits in the ball game. Caden Johnson goes 1 for 4. Doran Gillespie 1 for 2. Casey Pettibone was 1 for 3. 1 for 3 for Jay Stoffel. Luke Van Norman was 1 for 3. And Sam Glostafaro 1 for 3 as well. As 4 of the hits for the Doc Stewarts come from the bottom of the lineup for him in this matchup. On the other side for Walla, 2 for 3 for Taylor Hamada at the top of the lineup. 3 for 3 for Kyron Morris with 2 RBI. 1 for 3 for Kobe Morris with an RBI. Let's see here. Josh Bergevin was 1 for 3, and that is pretty much all the hits in this game. 7 hits total for the Walla Bears. Again, taking the win was Kobe Morris, 5 innings worked, 3 hits, allowed no runs, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Garrett Zyman takes the loss, 3 innings worked, 6 hits, 4 runs, allowed 3 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Drake Bourgeois, 3 innings worked, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts today. Xander Norris picks up the save. The final pitcher used for Walla pitched a perfect 7th inning with a pair of strikeouts and no hits in that 7th. Well, the Docs will fall to 16-11 on the season. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Joe's Towing Player of the Game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. It's going to be Jay Stoffel. He drove in the Doc Stewarts 2 runs in the game with a 2-out RBI single up the middle. Jay Stoffel, your Joe's Towing Player of the Game, coming through in the clutch for you. That's Joe's Towing, your local towing professionals. Taking a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Doc Stewart's, they fall 5-2 in this one. Pepsi Bottle Caps got a win yesterday as they defeated the Sheldon Irish yesterday. Quick look at the other local Legion scores there for you. The Pepsi Bottle Caps yesterday won 6-1 against the Sheldon Irish team. They are playing this afternoon at 5 o'clock as well. Not sure about their opponent there, but they're going to be back to action this afternoon. Also today you had the Eugene Challengers from Area 4. They got a game in against Northwest Star, a non-league game there. They win 9-1. I think game one of a doubleheader. So there's a couple of scores to report for you of note for the Legion teams in our area. And the Medford Mustangs winning down in Reno. They are on a hot streak. They have won all their games in Reno, I do believe. They won 12-4 today against the Sparks Blue Sox. So some scores to report to you there on the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Doc says, we understand it. I believe we'll be playing tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. They may be discussing that down there with Coach Robbins as well as with the Corvallis head coach, Evan Hilberg, who's leading things here today, so they may be talking about tomorrow's games. Docs, I believe we'll play at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning against the Walla Chiefs. If not, it'd be at 1 o'clock, so we'll try to keep you updated on that. I'll try to find out as soon as possible, but let's plan for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there. That means our pregame coverage will start at 9:45 here on the radio and online. So stay tuned for that. Any updates, we'll make sure to keep you posted there at 541radio.com and on the 541 Radio app. As we wrap things up, I want to say thanks to the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen for hosting us here in the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. Say thanks to the Walla Walla Bears for being part of the tournament here and being gracious to help us out with the pregame information that we do need. Also want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins, the entire Roseburg Doc Stewart's baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc's baseball here on 1490 The Score. Want to say thanks to Chance Terrell back in the studio for the radio production here today. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran, folks. We will talk to you tomorrow when the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts take on the Wally Chiefs from British Columbia in the 5th place game of this tournament. And as we expected right now, it's going to be a 10 o'clock start time for that game in the morning with a 9:45 pregame show. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, folks. We'll have the action for you streaming here on 541radio.com and check it out on Douglas County's Home for Sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Copy. I'm going to go